This is just a little catch up, like a vlog thing, just letting you guys know that I'm not going to be able to do any repair videos in the near future, maybe unless something emergency comes up and I actually have time to set up cameras. When I say the near future, I'm talking about in the next week or two or whatever. I may get some stuff done here in the shop. Right now I'm trying to organize. I actually can see some of the concrete on the floor for a change. Got some stuff moved and out of the way. There's this bandsaw here that is another project. I bought that off of a guy I know that scraps and finds things cheap or for little or nothing, and I bought that from him to fix it up and either resell it or maybe put it to use. It needs to get out of here, get out of my way. Need to find the surface of this long workbench table here. I got some starters and alternators I gotta rebuild or at least repair, and I'd like to do it on that table. Gosh, where else can I go here? Let me look at this. Let me show you this thing right here, if I got room to look at it. This rod that's going up in the air, that's a new camera mount, and it's kind of pricey, about 170 bucks on Amazon, but I'd have to have the camera on a tripod to show you what it does. I'm gonna get more in depth when I actually put this thing into use. But anyway, it's like three sections there that slide into each other, and so it reduces, but I can raise this thing up and down and mount this thing and spin it around, and that'll be really handy to put on the it's on this cart here, the cart that has my monitor in it, that I like to watch what's on the camera when I'm doing repair videos. Well, with this I should be able to get this thing in some otherwise really awkward positions when I'm working on the truck and need the camera to reach out and over and behind something that I just can't do that without a camera person holding the camera. So anyway, and it comes with counterweights right there that you can adjust, and there's a little ring there. You can slide that ring up and down on that shaft and hang a bag of weight on that to balance out for this. It's extended out all the way right now. I'm going to show you around the back of the house some stuff that's been going on to help me make room here. Here is the back of my house. There's my lean-to roof extension there where I keep my firewood during the winter, and there's a chimney burning away up there right now. We added, I say we, as a carpenter friend of mine did most of the work. He built this extension he built a lean-to onto the end of the lean-to. And it's not very tall, but that's okay. I'm not very tall. And the reason we did this is to get some stuff out of the garage and out of my way and under cover. And he also built some shelves on the back end there. They're just cabinets that are sitting on the ground so that when the ground goes up and down with the freezing, they'll go up and down with it and won't lift the roof. So we got some stuff out of the way here. This little tractor lawnmower here has been dropped off for repairs. It's one of the things that needs to go in the shop when I actually get some space to work in there. So it's nice to have some more roof area to put some things. Need to get some tarps on this stuff. This is my new septic. Underneath that big green tank there, that's just a generator that's mine, and it needs repair too. There's the lid to the septic, and there's the vent pipe. If you saw the video on me putting the new septic system in. It is very cold out here. We suddenly got down to single digits and teens and that's not normal for the St. Louis area, but that's what we got. We're supposed to be dipping below zero tomorrow and the next day. This is New Year's weekend. This is New Year's weekend of December of 17 and January of 18. Here's something else I'm into. This is my Mavic drone, and it's all folded up and neatly put away in the case that I bought for it. When I bought this drone, I just bought the drone, and it came with one battery, the controller, and just a bare minimal of a few extra little pieces. It came with a couple extra props. Anyway, I found out in short order I really did need, and it came with a battery charger. I needed to get a couple extra batteries, and I needed to get a carrying case. Bought all this stuff on Amazon, pretty cheap, maybe 20 bucks or so for the case, I don't remember. I bought myself another drone to practice in the house. I got these propeller guards on here. This is the Spark. It's not quite as vulnerable to crashing, and the camera is just doesn't have near as much movement in it. It only goes up and down, but it wobbles a little bit, like when the drone leans to one side to fly that way or leans this way. The camera does move with that, and it's got like a delay in it to you know, for video stabilization. Anyway, it works fine, and I'm learning to use that. Had to buy an extra case for this. This time I did buy a complete set, but since I bought it from an aftermarket camera dealer, well, maybe not aftermarket, but I didn't buy it directly from DJI. It came with a case, claimed to be coming with a case, but I just threw a couple extra things in this case. This case is worthless as far as carrying the drone. It's not going to fit in there. You take these propeller guards off, and it's still, I'll have to do another video on my pros and cons about that, but it's not going to go in this case without actually forcing it in there, which is going to have tension pressing against parts of the drone. And it's a well-made case, but it's just way too small. This is like my charging station over here for the batteries and stuff, and the controllers. Everything's got rechargeable batteries in it. My iPad that I had to buy because I'm too old. I can't see the iPhone to watch where the drone is going outside, so I bought an iPad to watch that. So this one here, I am practicing in the house with it, and I got a very tiny house with narrow doorways, and there's always stuff in the way because there's just not enough room to organize things here. So I have been sitting in one spot and flying this thing around the house and bumping into things a little bit, but it's working. I'm learning, I'm practicing with it because I don't really have time to practice outside during the summer very much, and in the winter it's just too cold to practice outside. So I'm getting more familiar with the controls and the different options and modes that are in there that I haven't tried to use. I'm learning more about that stuff practicing with this drone, this little Spark, DJI Spark, and it will also be a much cheaper alternative if I'm going to be flying in areas where it might be more risky of losing the drone. So it would be I would rather lose a $500 drone than an $1,100 drone or more. This one's like, I paid $1,000, but then, you know, with taxes and everything, it was $1,100, and then I had to get the extra battery, you know, all this other stuff. So I don't want to lose that much money. This one, I would rather practice with this one if I'm in a tricky area where I could lose it. Anyway, I think I'm going to wind this video up. That is what I have been up to, and all that cleaning up and organizing in the garage, and then I'll bring some stuff in there to work on, and we'll get some video of that when I get to that point. Thanks for watching.